Good morning, students. Today we will discuss how the resistivity changes with temperature in conductor, semiconductor, and electrolyte. So let us start. We in the previous lecture we have discussed the variation of resistivity with temperature with this formula. This formula we have derived, where m is mass of electron, E is the charge on electron, and number of electron per unit volume. And tau is the relaxation time. Clear? So m and E will be constant, it will not change. Mass of electron and charge on electron will not change. What is changing here? N and T. So rho depends on N and relaxation time. So first we will discuss about conductors. In conductors, what is happening? That N, number of electron per unit volume, does not have any appreciable change in that number. Number of electron per unit volume in conductors does not change appreciably with temperature. What does it mean? That suppose the number of electron per unit volume in conductor is very large. Suppose it is 10 to the power 28. Now, if we increase the temperature, suppose 100 electron increases. So if you will add it, it is nearly equal to 10 to the power 28, original value only. Means the 50 or 100 electron is increasing, you have to not take into account, it will not change the original value. That's why we are telling that N doesn't change appreciably with temperature in conductors. So what is the factor left? Relaxation time. And how relaxation time is dependent on resistivity? Inversely proportional. Now you see, when we are increasing the temperature, then the electron gains some kinetic energy in the form of when temperature is increased, then the electron gains the kinetic energy and the velocity of electron increases. So the time between two collisions, suppose t, now it is traveling the same distance with greater velocity. So if velocity is increased, distance is same, so the time, that is relaxation time, will decrease. So what is happening in conductor, that when we are increasing the temperature, so the relaxation time decreases. Clear? Because when temperature increases, the time taken between two successive collision is less. Clear? So when tau decreases, so from the formula you can see tau decreases, so resistivity increases. So what result we are getting? That in conductors, resistivity increases with temperature, increases with temperature. Clear? Now, if the resistivity increases with temperature, so with decrease of temperature it will decrease. So we are writing vice versa, that is also correct. So when we decrease the temperature, then resistivity also decreases. How the resistivity is changing? So the resistivity is changing linearly with temperature by this formula. So what is alpha here? What is rho here? This is resistivity at temperature T. Any temperature T. I am writing this small t. This is initial resistivity. And alpha is coefficient of resistivity. and delta T is change in temperature. So this type of thing you have read in class 11 also. If you recall, then linear expansion chapter, coefficient of linear expansion, same type of formula is coming. So I think all of you can define this alpha. How alpha you can write? Change in resistivity by original resistivity per unit rise in temperature. So this is coefficient of resistivity. So coefficient of resistivity is change in resistivity per unit original resistivity per degree rise of temperature. So if you remember, then we have calculated the SI unit also, that this is change of resistivity, this is resistivity, cancel out. So SI unit is per degree Celsius. So what is the SI unit? Per degree Celsius or per Kelvin. Now, if some question is asked, very simple question I am taking. Suppose it is given that resistivity at 20 degrees Celsius is 50 ohm and coefficient of resistivity it is given 0.004 per degree Celsius. Clear? So what will be the resistance at 80 degrees Celsius? So you have to find resistance at 80 degrees Celsius. So all of you can find out easily, I think. This is given 0.004 alpha. This is the final resistivity, means at 80 degrees Celsius you have to find, suppose it to be X minus. What is resistivity at 20 degrees Celsius? 50 ohm, and this is also 50. Now delta T, 80 minus 20, that is 60. So I think all of you can calculate what will be the value of X. So that is the resistivity at resistivity, it will be not resistance because all things are given resistivity. Resistivity at 80 degrees Celsius. So this X is the resistivity at 80 degrees Celsius. So similarly, question can be twisted, but if you remember this formula, you can solve the difficult question also. Okay, now we will move to next part of this lecture, that is variation of resistivity of semiconductor with temperature. Now, variation of resistivity in semiconductor with temperature. Okay, let us see. Formula is same. Now in semiconductor, what is happening? With increase in temperature, the relaxation time decreases here, and the number of electron per unit volume increases exponentially. But the number of electron per unit volume increase exponentially in a large amount as compared to the change of relaxation time. So it cancels the effect of change of relaxation time. So what is here? The resistivity is totally decided by the number of electron per unit volume. So in semiconductor, what is happening? In semiconductor, the N changes exponentially. N changes exponentially in such a way that it cancel the effect of change of T. Here, of course, the relaxation time will decrease, but that decrease of T is very small as compared to the change of number of electron per unit volume. That it is increasing exponentially. That's why the amount is increased by large factor. So in this case, rho depends only on the number of electron per unit volume. The change in the relaxation time can be ignored. Now, this change of number of electron per unit volume is related with this formula. This is to be derived in semiconductor. This is number of electron per unit of volume at temperature T. This is at the initial temperature. Eg is the energy gap and Kb is the Boltzmann constant. So, if you write this formula using this relation, then you can write 1 by n is equal to 1 by rho, n is equal to 1 by rho, and this is n naught is equal to 1 by rho naught, E is minus Eg by kBt. Take the inverse. So rho is equal to rho naught E Eg by kBt. Now you see the relation. If you will increase the temperature, then what is happening here? If I am increasing the temperature, so this term Eg by kBt, of course it is in denominator, it is increased, so this function will, this expression will, this is increase, sorry, this will decrease. So this whole exponential term kBt, if this is decrease, so this will also decrease. So if this is decreasing, this is constant at particular, it has particular value. So this is decreasing, so this resistivity will also decrease. So we have started from this point, temperature is increased, and we have ended at this point, resistivity decrease. So in semiconductor, with increase of temperature, the resistivity decreases and vice versa. So we have discussed all the things related to conductor and semiconductor. In electrolyte, what is happening, that you have to write in words, that when we are increasing the temperature, then what is happening, due to increase in temperature, the viscous force decreases. That is the property of liquid. Viscous force decreases, and second thing, the attraction between solute and solute solvent, that also decreases. So it became easier for the ion to move from one place to another, and that easy movement is known as conductivity. So conductivity increases. Clear? Third is electrolyte. In electrolyte, with increase of temperature, the viscous force decreases and interatomic attraction decreases. Hence, conductivity increases. If conductivity increases, all of you know conductivity is inversely proportional to resistivity. So resistivity decreases. So these are about the variation of resistivity with temperature. Now let us see with the graph. First graph is for conductor, that the resistivity changes with temperature in conductor like this. Suppose for copper. So the resistivity increases like this in conductor. In semiconductor, the resistivity is decreasing like this. I am writing for some conductors, for suppose copper, for semiconductor. Now for some alloy, in alloy there is negligible variation in resistivity with temperature. Sometimes it is no variation, sometimes slight variation. For example, slight variation in nichrome. This alloy is used to make the heater coil, and in manganese, that or Constantine, that is used for making the potentiometer wire. In that there is no variation of resistivity with temperature. So this is the graphical form. Next, this coefficient of coefficient of resistivity has positive value for conductor. This is sometimes asked in 1 marks exam. Conductor and has negative value for alpha, has negative value for semiconductor or insulator like carbon. So carbon is a semiconductor, and you will see that the variation of resistivity in carbon with temperature is negative value, and the variation of alpha in conductor has positive value. Generally this is asked in 1 marks question, and 2-3 times it has been asked that for carbon what will be the value of coefficient of resistivity with change of temperature. That's why I have told you this. So this is about variation of resistivity with temperature. Now 1 or 2 things, smaller things we have to discuss, that when the temperature of conductor is increased, then resistivity or resistance also increase, and vice versa. If temperature is decreased, resistance also decreases. It has been seen that for mercury, when the temperature is decreased up to 4.2 Kelvin, then the resistance became 0. It falls suddenly to 0. So if I am in mercury, in the lab, if I am decreasing the temperature, then resistance will also decrease, and at 4.2 Kelvin it suddenly drops to 0 resistance. So this is temperature, this is resistance or resistivity. So this temperature at which the resistivity of or resistance of a conductor becomes 0 is known as critical temperature. Clear? And the conductor now which has 0 resistance is known as superconductor. So still lot of scientists are trying to get the temperature at room temperature where the resistance becomes 0, and at room temperature if we are finding some conductor whose resistance is 0, then the problem of power power problem will be solved. So this is superconductor. What is here you must note critical temperature. What is critical temperature? The temperature at which resistance became 0. So in mercury it is 4.2 Kelvin. Now one more thing in this Meissner effect. Very simple, maybe that you will not understand here. In magnetism you will understand better that when a conductor which may be paramagnetic or which is ferromagnetic is placed in a magnetic field, and suppose the magnetic field lines are crossing it. Now if I am going to decrease its temperature, and when the temperature of this conductor is less than transition temperature, then this paramagnetic or ferromagnetic became diamagnetic, means no magnetic field lines will cross it, and the new field lines will be like this. So this is generally has been not asked in the last 3 or 4 years. So just I am telling you that if the temperature of conductor is less than transition temperature, then it behaves like a diamagnetic. So we have discussed all the things related to resistivity, and the next topic is EMF, terminal voltage and internal resistance. Very important topic. And then we move to Kirchhoff's law. One more topic is given, the failure of Ohm's law. I think all of you can easily understand that Ohm's law is valid for constant temperature only, and it is not valid for semiconductor. Just now we have discussed that for semiconductor and the electrolyte it is not valid. So failure of Ohm's law has been seen for conductor also when the temperature is increasing in a constant way. If temperature of conductor is increasing by changing the current or by another factor, then Ohm's law is not valid. For semiconductor it is not valid. For electrolyte also it is not valid. Here, so there are certain graph also. You can write the notes yourself also. For gallium arsenide, that is one type of semiconductor, it has two value of resistivity. It has one value of resistivity at two temperature. Means it has negative value of coefficient of resistivity. So these are the drawbacks of Ohm's law. So we have completed this first part. Now we will move to EMF and terminal voltage in the next class. So thank you to all.